Chapter 3. The Witch's Warning. Lightning split the sky in two. For one breathless second, the sanctuary lit up. Stones slick with rain, vines trembling, dragon wings tensed in silhouette. Then the world snapped back to blackness, thick and breathless. Decima didn't move. She stood under the archway, soaked through, curls plastered to her neck, boots half sunk in mud. Her breath was calm, but her skin hummed. Not with cold, with magic. There was a pulse in the earth, slow and heavy, vibrating up through her bones. The shimmer was back, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't drifting through the ley lines or flickering like before. It had changed, sharpened. It was no longer just power. It was a doorway. Behind her, Daniel's voice cut through the storm. Decima. He ran toward her, one arm raised to block the rain. It's forming again. She didn't answer. Her focus stayed fixed on the standing stones ahead, the ones at the outer edge of the sanctuary, where the ground always felt thinner. She was already walking toward them. The dragons had cleared the clearing earlier that evening. Younglings had been pulled back, watchers posted. Even Serenfae kept her distance now. Wings tucked and glowing eyes locked on the circle as if she'd sensed this coming hours ago. The runes carved into the stone flickered with faint light. The shimmer pulsed, once, and then something stepped through. Decima stopped. It wasn't a witch. It wasn't council. It wasn't even a dragon. It was tall, wrapped in rotted robes, ash gray and bone white. Its face was hidden behind a mask etched with runes, deep and sharp, the kind that hadn't been carved in centuries. Its arms were long, its presence wrong, like something pulled out of a different time and forced to wear human shape. And then it spoke. You shouldn't exist. The words hit the air like a pressure wave. Daniel's pace faltered behind her. Decima didn't move. She didn't raise her hand yet. But the glow had started. Faint fire curling from her knuckles up to her elbow. Thin lines tracing old runes along her skin. The bond inside her stirred. Wild, alive, waiting. She raised her chin. I was born to exist, she said. You were born to stop me. But you're too late. The creature's head tilted slightly, unnaturally slow. You carry a mistake, it rasped. A fracture in the line. She took a step forward. No, I carry balance. The creature surged forward, but Decima didn't flinch. The fire inside her chest exploded. Her hand snapped up. A pulse of golden heat burst from her palm, slamming into the creature like a shockwave. The storm above cracked open again, this time with dragon light. Not summoned, not cast, called. From the cliffs beyond, Serenfae roared. It wasn't rage. It wasn't alarm. It was declaration. Daniel skidded to a stop behind her, blinking against the sudden light. The creature staggered. Its mask split down the middle with a hiss, glowing from within. It stumbled back, arms raised, but the fire clung to it. Old magic. Older than the runes it wore. Burning straight through whatever spell had brought it here. And then it was gone. No scream, no smoke. Just absence. The shimmer pulsed once more, like a heartbeat slowing, and then dimmed. Decima stood alone in the center of the circle, her chest heaving, light fading from her arms. The rain had stopped without her noticing. Steam rose off the grass around her. Daniel stepped forward slowly. His voice was quiet. What the hell was that? She turned to him, rain still dripping from her jaw like war paint. Her eyes were lit with something hot and quiet and ancient. A warning, she said. A shadow of what's coming. They stood there in silence for a long second, breathing hard. Daniel didn't speak again right away. He just moved beside her, his coat soaked through, water dripping from his sleeves. His eyes traced the runes still glowing faintly across her arms, and then lower, to where her hands hovered near her stomach. You're glowing, he said. Still. She blinked, then followed his gaze. She hadn't noticed where her hands had settled. Not exactly, not until now. Daniel took a cautious step closer. How long have you known? Her throat was tight, since the shimmer first changed. That night everything shifted. I thought it was just the bond at first, or dragon magic breaking through again. But then, she looked down at her hands. Then it started to grow. His voice lowered. You mean, yes, she said. It's ours. Daniel exhaled, just once. Quiet and stunned. Then, is it safe? I don't know, she whispered. But it's already part of me. It's connected to the shimmer, to the ley lines, to the bond. I don't even know where I end and it begins. He reached for her hand carefully. Nothing about us has ever been normal. She looked up at him. But this is different. I know, he said. But I'm still here. A beat passed. Her fingers threaded through his. I'm scared. His grip didn't falter. So am I, he said. But if that thing came here to test you? He looked at the scorched earth, the melted runestones. Then it just found out what happens when it gets too close. A low rumble rolled through the sky again. Not thunder, something deeper. Decima turned toward the cliffs. The dragons had come out of the tree line. Not running, not defensive. Watching. They stood like statues in the mist, wings tucked, eyes fixed on her. Daniel followed her gaze. They saw it, she said. They felt it, he corrected. Sarenfae stepped forward. Her tail flicked once. Her head dipped low. And then she bowed. Not in submission, in recognition. Behind her, 2 more dragons lowered their heads. Then more and more. Not roaring, not flying, just bowing. Daniel's voice caught. What does it mean? Decima didn't answer. Not right away. She stepped forward out of the circle into the soft mud. Her body still buzzed. Her skin still glowed. The fire under her ribs hadn't gone out. It had settled. Like it had found something. Or someone. She looked at the dragons. Then down at her stomach. Then up at the darkening sky. It means, she said slowly, whatever's coming, already knows I'm not alone.